hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value and market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors, LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC, annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network, LLC.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor, and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit them online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. As a volunteer, you deliver a hot, nutritious meal and a friendly hello to someone just like your mother, grandfather, or next door neighbor. These seniors are inspiring people with incredible stories to share, and they love to see you. The smiles you get back are priceless. Delivering with Meals on Wheels is easy, and you don't have to drive like me for it to be quick. You can volunteer your lunch break once a week or just once a month. With 1 in 6 seniors facing hunger and many more living in isolation, your lunch break can make a real difference. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council. Okay, Simon, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. And what do people normally wear?
Clothes.
Exactly. So now mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Clothes keep us warm, they look good, and if we go out without them, the neighbors will talk. So it's important to know how to get dressed. Here's how it's done. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. If you're wearing a tie, it goes over, round, through, and pull tight. Tuck your shirt into your pants and zip up your flap. Socks going first, then shoes right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears.
I love bunnies.
Good to know. Now remember, spots don't go with stripes, socks don't go with sandals, and if you've tucked in your shirt, wear a belt. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. Jared, hope you can hear me. Welcome back to How You Know. Let me get this thing out of here. Wow, the show where will we ever start on time? Probably not. How's it going?
What's up, people? Welcome back to another episode of How You Know. You know, Austin, you keep on asking, will we ever start on time?
It's my fault.
You're the one.
It started.
It's literally like a crack addict asking, "Damn, when we gonna stop doing all this stuff for crack?" It's like you the one out there on the corner trying to get the crack.
Yeah, it's just every single time I think we got it, I'm like, all right, we got it. We're ready. And then someone can't show up, and then some wire isn't working. It's just, if we didn't have to keep taking down everything, if we could leave everything the way it is, it'd be so much easier. But that's what you get when you live.
Listen, we got a state of emergency. All right, we're about to get 12 inches. Peter is MIA, and my hair looks like I just got electrocuted. All right, it's okay. We're doing what
Peter.
We're doing what we can.
I know. I think it's. Remember we kept saying like, we're never gonna do Zoom. We're never gonna do Zoom. Everybody on this network that does Zoom. We're not on Zoom though. We're StreamYarding.
We're StreamYarding, but StreamYard didn't make us sound like we were on Zoom.
No, it did.
Bro, we kind of like robots on that last audio.
Dude, it sucks because we can't check it. I don't know. Like I messaged the company being like, is there anything you guys can do? Like, is there a way we can listen to it? They're like, yeah, you just pull it up while you're listening to it. Oh, okay.
All right, cool. You want me to be a viewer of my own content while I'm making my content. Okay.
It's just dumb. And then Peter's doing so much stuff. so he can't do it. Like he can't do it all. Like you ever, I love Peter. But you ever watch him when you like tell him to play something? He's like, wait, what? Peter, play.
Austin, we gotta when you have that, it's kind of like you have to have the board running at the same time. Like he's so timid when he's the one running everything, but he's also so timid at the same time. Like, all right, that mic that I connected to you, that I'm controlling right now, and that I'm gonna put to the board. Can you just like speak a little louder, please?
It's like, Peter, are we on air? Peter, are we on air? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we're
shout out to Peter though, man. He's dealing with a little family emergency as of right now. You know, our thoughts and prayers are with him as he goes through this tough time.
Even though it's ironic.
It's a state. We got a state of emergency in New York. We're about to get 12 inches. We're about to get a whole foot of snow. And listen, it's Corona. Grab your salt, grab your shovels, because Mother Nature's not playing around. All right.
I hope it's not as bad as it is. I really hope it's not. I hope not, because it's like I love the snow, but when it's like that hard snow or whatever, which one's the bad one? The hard snow or the hard snow is the worst one because you can't drive. It sucks. You can't do anything.
Bad. All snow is bad because you don't have any traction.
Do you like snow?
All snow is bad if you are employed. How about that? If you don't got a job, snow is the best thing in the world. You don't got to go outside and shovel it. You ain't got to go outside and salt nothing. You ain't got to scrape off your windshield.
I woke up this morning. I was like, wait, is Jared going to be able to show up? Because like, is he going to have to be stuck in my house for 2 days? I can't do that. So, Jared,
if you think I'm driving out east on Sunrise Highway, or the Sunrise, or it looks like they shoot The Walking Dead out there. If you think I'm going to drive out there in 12 inches of snow just to do a podcast in which we don't even start on time.
No, we start an hour late every single time.
You are sadly mistaken, my friend.
Dude, I was like, man, if Jared shows up, we're not going to start until 4 o'clock because I had to clean all this stuff up.
I would have been there. I would have been there on time.
No, me, because I was driving when I called you and I said, oh my God, I only have an hour to set up. And I have to take everything because I didn't have Peter here to help me. So that was
that snow is different because that snow is different out there, man. You got the snow, you got the water right there. And snow does not care about your financial state. The snow doesn't fall like, oh, these people pay a lot of money. Oh, let me just go over to the projects and like snow. No, the snow is not like that.
Did you have
no matter who you are and where you are?
How is it in Farmingdale with people driving? Because I left today at my house to go do something at 8:30 a.m., like prime time for people to drive. I saw like 10 people, barely.
Who's waking up at 8:30 a.m. to go do something?
I had to get fingerprinted.
Fingerprinted for what?
Oh, because I remember that test I failed like 3 times. I finally passed. So I took it on Monday. And
congratulations. All right. You passed with flying colors?
Oh, you know, it's funny. When you fail, they tell you what your score is. But when you pass, they just say pass. It's the stupidest thing because the paper, the failure paper they give you says like your score and what you need to work on and like stuff that you've done wrong. And it's like this big official document. And the pass one is just your name and like a pen mark saying pass.
They probably didn't want to give you a score because they just wanted to never see your face again. Like, yeah, you passed. Get out of here.
I don't think like we both took many tests, but I've never took a test where I was like, I think I'm about to have a heart attack. I think I'm about to have a heart attack because if I failed this test again, I had to wait 180 days and I could not study for this thing another 6 months. There's no possible way. I had to pass an hour. It's like I've never been that nervous during a test. I had 1 minute left, and I had to still answer like 3 questions. I was like, I don't know. Oh, I couldn't believe it. It was so scary. I've never been that nervous in my life.
For a test?
Ever.
Not even your first kiss?
No. Taking this test did not compare because I studied all quarantine. I failed it twice. And I failed it 63 and 65. And I said, if I fail it a third time, if I get like a 67, I don't know what I would do. I don't know. I was freaking out. It was so scary.
So what felt different about this time?
Oh, I actually studied harder this time.
Well, no. You mean to tell me you wasted about 12 months of your life not studying for a test to go in to fail it, and then the last one you actually care about?
No, see this what happened. I studied, right?
You approach tests how most people approach marriages. The first two I don't really care about, but that last one, I'm gonna make this work.
I studied. Here's the thing. I studied a lot, but I didn't understand it. You know, once like when you study for something and you just like, all right, I gotta memorize this stuff. So the test makes you know it because it's not like, oh, it's this means this. They'll be like, if this means this and that, then that means this. Then which one's this mean? So you have to understand the material. You can't just memorize stuff, and that's why I kept getting close to it. But this time, I finally clicked. You know, when you finally click, and oh man, I never had so many monsters in my life. I probably will never. I won't drink those anymore. My friend told me to drink the Monster teas. They were okay. They don't work on me, but I felt like my heart was going to come out of my chest, though. It was so scary. Us doing terps is not compared to taking the nerve wracking of that test.
Terps was not nerve wracking at all, but okay.
What? It was nerve wracking a little bit to go up in front of those people.
Tell me all I got to do is host a show where these girls just dance, and I just got to go between, tell some jokes, and make people laugh. Okay.
No one cared about us. You can tell they said bring back the dancers. It's like the Amanda Bynes show. Bring on the dancing lobsters. We were just there for the quick change. I love that's what Scott said. I remember Scott got mad one of the times, and he was like, "You guys are just here because they need quick changes." I was like, "Wow, wow." He's right.
You want to see some idiots tell some jokes or some booty meat half popping out some shorts? Yeah, I think I know which is the clear choice in my book.
I think I read the host, or I forgot Hadelki host last time, right? And I remember the last show. I don't think they had host or something. Remember,
yeah, for all the listeners that don't know what we're talking about, so at the alma mater that me and Austin attended, there was a dance show of all various dances, hip hop, tap, which was my favorite, classical, contemporary, and whatnot. And in between the dances, the dancers would need like time change for quick change, so they would incorporate us as hosts, me and Austin, and a couple other people who were involved with the comedy club at our school. To go on there and take up the time and they'll write some sketches, which is dope though because they had themes of the show.
Yeah, it was
so
nice.
Like whatever the theme was, we would follow that theme and create a sketch. Sometimes tell a story. We even made videos beforehand, but you know,
we put so much. Like it's funny, we put so much work and didn't put so much work in that show because we would write so many sketches, but we would do it like 2 days before it was due. I love that. It really felt like we were on like an SNL. That's why I really liked it that way. I liked that we didn't spend like weeks on it. I liked how it was like, oh, our show's tomorrow. How many sketches we got? Oh, none?
It worked, didn't it?
It was awesome because we were able to incorporate stuff that happened like the day before.
I really like different professions. It takes 6 months to know how to properly wiggle your hands for a jazz hand. But in 2 days, I can come up with a funny idea. We're on different levels. We are not the same.
What was your favorite memory? Because I'll tell you mine after. I'll tell you mine. What was your favorite memory?
My favorite memory of Turb.
Mine's gonna be the best one. I hope you say mine because I want to agree with you.
Let me see. Hold on.
Because we both hosted the same years, right? Yeah, because when I transferred in.
Well, you got there a year after me.
Yeah, that's right.
So
shout out JD. Laugh Club JD.
Like a DJ.
No,
you tell yours first because I got a lot to think about.
Oh, come on. Can you guess what?
I got a couple of moments to think about. That's why you really got to give me some time. You got to give me some quick change time.
Mine is when Andy pulled that joke, and when Scott said, "Don't say it," and me and you so I forgot what joke it was, but there was a joke that we had in one of our sketches. It was the opening bit. And the guy, Scott, the best guy ever, shout out Scott, he's the man. He heard some complaints after the first show that a lot of people didn't like the one joke that was said. So like me and Jared and Andy and Lauren, we were, or was it Chris? I forgot who it was, but it was fine. We'll take it out. So we're all in agreement. Fine. All right. Andy, just say something else. We all agree. We get up on stage. It's time. And what does Andy do? He says the joke. And me and Jared look at each other and we go, what?
Wait, what was the joke? I forgot.
It was like he was listing off stuff. He's like, da-da-da. That's, I remember it was some stab at it or I don't remember what the joke was, but there's the video of it because they posted the wrong video. They posted the video of him saying the joke.
I just have a feeling that I wrote that sketch and I can't remember
and then
what he said.
What was great was we didn't really talk about it, right? Until intermission, when Scott comes in and he goes, "You had to say it. You had to say it. You had to do it." And
Nah,
then
I remember he came into the door.
he ran
He
in.
peeked his head in. He had like a 3-second pause. You looked at Eddie and you just had to say it. And then he put his hands up and then smacked his hands down appropriately on his tucked in Wrangler jeans and then ran out the door.
I was sitting there. I was like, "Oh man, Andy." But I gotta give it to Andy. He had balls to do it, but it looks like he was not welcome back the next show. I don't know. That was like, you gotta admit, how funny was that? That was because it was such a joke that shouldn't be offensive. But I think it was like one mom got offended. You know, it's there for the parents, so whatever, fine. We'll take it out. But it's just like to have that little stab in the show. That little joke to be the one to get yelled at by, because we had jokes that were kind of raunchy and stuff, and we got away with it. But that one little thing, I got to think about it. Oh man, it was something.
I think it has something to do with
what's that joke?
So it was a joke. I forget the joke, but the joke was said right, and someone didn't like it.
Yeah.
So Andy in the opening sketch, he was listing off things that we can do in the show that like is appropriate. Like you can
right.
yell and scream.
And he added it.
Andy was like, you could yell, you could scream, you could be offended, and like he threw that in there real quick.
Yeah, that's right.
And then,
remember looking at each other. Did he just say get offended? All right, everybody. Thank you. Thanks for the show.
That was hilarious.
My favorite intros were the ones where we were like in the audience and stuff, and we were making fun of each other. I really like the energy of those shows. I thought it was always fun. I know they were never there for us, but it was like if there was a paycheck involved, it would probably be a perfect job.
It was like being in Hollywood, the hosting the Golden Globes, but you don't have to worry about the Me Too stuff because
we didn't do that. No,
everybody backstage was already half naked, so it's not like I forced you to get half naked. It's like whoa.
We made sure right after the jokes were said, we ran into the room and just sat there.
Yeah, I made sure I kept my head down. I saw a couple of things I wasn't supposed to see by accident.
Same. Hey, I don't know what to look for. I put my head down and just get out of there.
It's so awkward, bro. You get back there, the crowd is laughing. You come,
all happy,
stage, you smiling, and then boom,
titty.
The boom, breasts is like, oh, is this like, our reward?
A lot of times they were just like, "What's up?" I was like, "What's goodbye." That was the funny
you looking at like, oh god.
I
feel like I'm in the shower in jail. Like, oh, nothing.
One time, me and Chris, we were doing our solo sketch, right? And the duo sketch, it was just me and him. And we ran in the wrong door, and the girls were quick changing. And Chris opens the door, and they go, "Get out! Get out! Get out!" I went, "Oh shit, we gotta go." We were late, but I was like, "Oh my god, Chris."
No, some of them were cool about it though.
Yeah, it was fine. But like he went into the little room where it's like we can go to cross. It was the one where the elevator is. Why would you quick change an elevator? It's right. The person. Imagine being the elevator.
No, that's the space that they set up like their makeup and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, it was so bad. I'm so glad I didn't look. I'm so glad he got yelled at because I didn't even step foot in that door. But you know what? Are you ready for yours yet? Or you want me to keep I have one more thing.
My favorite moment is like we were in a rehearsal, right? And I think either I said my opinion on a dance or someone asked me my opinion. They were like, "Oh, what's your favorite dance of the show?" And I was like, "Well, I'm a little biased because I just really enjoy tap." And they were like, "Well, what do you think is the weakest dance of the show?" And I think I said dance, but the choreographer of the dance was sitting right next to me, and I didn't know. So we got in an argument about it, and she was like, "Oh, you think I would just come over here and tell you how your sketches suck and you're not funny?" I was like, "Listen,
she's true.
If I'm not funny, which I know I'm not, which I know I am funny, but if I'm not funny, I would want you to talk about it. So for the sanctity of the show, if you can make my work better, we can make it better. But I can't remember if someone asked me or I just said it, so I can't really defend myself at this time. But she wasn't happy with me.
I think I know
the choreographer was cool about it, but she was not.
That's a loaded question. How are you gonna ask someone, "Hey, what's the worst sketch?" It's like asking, "What's the worst sketch?" Oh, that's
no.
what
She was like, who do you like? Which one doesn't like really vibe well for you?
she said. All of them.
It's not my place to say. It's a different frame of a question if you ask like, oh, who's your favorite child? Honestly, if I get asked that question, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you who my favorite child is. They're my children.
That's why we click. We're not gonna, we're not gonna lie.
I made the kids, so I can tell you if they suck or not, because I know if they ain't cool or not. They're mine. I can tell you which one I like. I made them. If it's like, yo, who's your favorite? Like, who's your favorite kid of someone that you babysit? I'm keeping that to myself. Those are not my kids. I don't have the time to be over here putting judgment labels on people. That's the way I see it.
Looking back, it was a great experience. I mean, it was a great show too, but like it was like you're saying, like doing the awards. It was awesome. Like we really learned how to do stuff. I enjoyed not having to study for a test because I was gonna be in rehearsal. Like I really it was a fun. But
let me ask you this question: who's the best host?
Best host? I would say you. I would say you. I'm not just gonna be like because you're here. I'm gonna say I would say you, but Lauren is a really good sketch writer. She got a good
frame of work when it comes to writing a sketch.
I know she's doing the visual effects and the makeup stuff. But I think she could be a really good sketch writer. Like this couple ideas that she has were great. I'm not gonna tell you who the worst one is because I think you know who I think it is. But
no, go ahead and say it.
I'm not saying it. But yeah, but I have to admit, seeing the the side of when these dancers are really like intense and after they dance and they have to get
something else, dog.
No. I'm talking about when like a dancer is like needs to get a quick change and their stuff isn't there. Where's my stuff? Who touched my stuff?
It's like, well, I thought you were about to go on some freak stuff. Like,
no.
Side angle of a dancer's behind, and the way the light is glistening off of it. I was like, yo, radio show.
Watching like just hearing that, just like it would happen all the time. We'd get off, we'd get a big laugh, and then the music would come on, and you would hear, where's my scarf? Where's my scarf? Where is it? Who took it? And then you just hear someone go, and you just hear him say F it and just run on stage.
You see all the stress that they go through. Meanwhile, we in the other room eating gushers.
We're watching Chappelle's show.
We're watching Chappelle's show. We're talking about dumb stuff. Like I remember one time we were talking about who was the best cheetah girl.
Oh
like,
yeah,
we were just doing dumb stuff, and then at the end of the show, these girls come off breathing. You get like a couple rose petals thrown at them. Breathing, hey, man, you're great. Oh, this and that. Oh, let me give you some money. I'm gonna tip you. You guys are great. Like me, you paid me.
Wow. Yeah, that was. I also enjoyed watching Tyler Burke pull the rope.
Brother, pull the rope like he pulled the rope like he had a job taking pictures for National Geographic at the end, bro.
Remember when
he's a great videographer, great photographer. Go
what is it? T Burke. Tyler Burke Creative. He's dope.
Tyler Burke Creative. What we got going on for this week? What's the first thing we got? We got the
about this Russian thing. What is this thing? Someone got hacked?
No. Let's get into the weekend recap.
Oh yeah, weekend recap. All right. You're gonna be the one to go, right? Well, who's going? Me?
No, yeah, you going.
I just gave away the one that it was all right. Let me think.
I may not remember, so you may be
all right. You want to explain to them what it is before?
Weekend recap, people. This is how we start off our show. One of us gives 3 things that happen to us. 2 of them are lies, and one of them is the truth. And the other person has to decipher which one is a lie and which one is the truth, aka what is the cap? Who's capping? Who's capping with the story? I'm gonna sneak it out. I got him. Austin's over here smelling his fingers straight off of the printing press from that test that he just passed.
Smells good.
Probably smells of coffee of some sort.
Yeah, you're right. I got it right here. I was brushing my teeth and I was like, why am I doing this? He's not even here. He's not make fun of my coffee breath. But I did anyway.
Nah, I brush my teeth. When your breath is fresher, you just speak more confidently.
It's better. It's so much better. Okay, so one, they turned my parents' office into the show Blue Bloods came to my parents' office and turned it into a police station. And my dad met Donnie Wahlberg. Okay. The second one is that I drank about 10 cases in the last week. I drank about 15 monsters to prepare for this test. And the third one is I got lost today trying to get fingerprinted, and I almost missed my appointment. That's my theory. Which one's a lie? I forgot.
Okay.
Peter, go.
I enjoy the show Blue Bloods. So for you to bring up that show gets me emotionally involved. And I don't want to make any judgment calls about that because Tom Selleck's mustache, bro, it just gets to me. I'm gonna say that's the truth. 10 to 15 monsters. The way that you're stuttering right now, I think that's the truth. That caffeine still has an effect on you. I think you're still jittered up. We in a pandemic, we in a state of emergency. We about to get 12 inches. I don't think anyone, even who may not be as bright as you, will get lost getting their fingerprinted. You were driving when I called you, and you didn't seem lost. 10 to 15 in last week. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the last one is the cap.
The last one? You think the last one's a lie? Well, you'd be correct. The last one is a lie. I was about to be late. They put this fingerprinting place in a small UPS like private place that's in between a McDonald's and a Wendy's. How are you supposed to find that?
So you think people getting their fingerprints taken want everybody to know they're getting their fingerprints taken?
Yeah, it was. I mean, but like, come on. It's not for. If it was for bad stuff, you'd go to like a jail or something. But not. I wouldn't think getting my fingerprints at a UPS. I thought maybe a post office or a government.
The only reason why you get your fingerprints taken is if you're a prisoner or if you're in the Men in Black. Okay, two of those things are something that no one wants anybody to know about.
Yeah.
So secretive is better when it comes to that.
So the Blue Bloods thing, I took the no parking thing for Blue Bloods. Took it right off the pole. So.
Speaking of that, bro, I've been seeing a lot of when I'm going to shows in Brooklyn. I've been seeing a lot of productions popping off.
They have to make their money back that they lost.
My one friend who works a lot with comics from the Comedy Cellar, she's a videographer. Spindell Media, she's working on Netflix. She's working on CBS Bull. Driving one night in Brooklyn, I saw like 3 filming locations. They were making fake snow on a street in Crown Heights. It's popping off, man. It makes me want to get that acting bug back up.
Yeah, I mean,
go on backstage. It's
funny because New York was so stingy about filming stuff, so it was really hard to get a permit. Now you don't really need a permit because either you need a permit for big stuff and they'll just give it to you because they want the money, or they don't really care because they don't have time to enforce it with COVID. But we got some stuff coming in the works. I made some phone calls. I getting some equipment. Me, you, and Peter are gonna start something big soon. So new year 2021 is gonna be the year where we
listen.
Stuff.
When you come to this show, when you listen to this show, you're gonna hear these 2 voices and you're gonna see them sitting in their rooms on this Zoom call, sounding all modulated. And you're going to be like, yo, I used to watch those dudes. And now when I'm watching these dudes, they're making sketches and they're on TV and they still sound modulated.
See, we're not rookies. I think it's funny when I try to tell people what like I've done and stuff. When I tell them about Terps, they go, oh, that's cool, hosted it. But they don't know what it is. It's really hard. You ever notice how hard it is to tell somebody what you do if they don't know anything about like media? You ever find that?
I don't tell people.
Yeah.
Or you got to tell them in the dumbest way possible. You think I'm going to tell them that I wrote independently for a contractor who did a show on YouTube? No. I'm just going to sit them, look at them in the face like, yeah, I wrote jokes for a TED Talk.
That's it. That's all you got to do. Keep it short and sweet, and then hopefully soon no one has to hear anything. It's just
my film was submitted for independent film festival overseas. I got in the Prague Film Festival. Simple.
Just so annoying trying to get these people. It's like, oh, I tell them I do stand up. They go, oh, tell me a joke. Tell me a joke.
That's the dumbest thing ever. Like I always say that. Like you would never make anyone prove their profession on the spot.
Yeah,
like, oh, you a doctor? Does this look infected? Like no, you would never do that. Any other profession, you wouldn't. Oh, you a cop? Well, here's this black dude. How do you feel about him? Like you would never do that to anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, people just don't know. I heard when I was in Prague doing acting stuff. I remember the main guy was like, "What anybody tells you, they're wrong because they don't know what's going on. If you're not going to go and be like, oh, you think I'm a good actor to a lawyer, they don't know. You can only ask people in the industry." And I'm like, oh, that really makes a lot of sense. It's like if you go and like tell your uncle, oh, I do this, they would think like, oh, that's stupid, but they don't know what they're talking about.
You tell your uncle that you act. First thing he's not going to call you is stupid. He might call you an F word, if you know what I mean.
Oh, God, that's so bad.
Might call you some other words that could get him canceled in the later days. All right,
he'll get canceled if he says that word now. It's over.
All right, let's pop off with the first story. This first story, it should be talked a lot about in the news. I don't know why it hasn't. I saw the headline break, and there's been a couple reports on it, but we got snow coming.
Oh man,
to New York. We got 12 inches. We got 12 inches of snow coming to New York, which is kind of foreshadowing for another place that has snow coming over into New York in the United States. Russia has been reported of hacking the NSA.
They got it. The NSA?
They got into the NSA.
What's your source?
What we know about Russia's latest alleged hack of the U.S. government, they got into the mainframes of the Commerce Department, Department of Homeland Security, the Pentagon, the Treasury Department, the U.S. Postal Service, and the National Institutes of Health. You know what I like about that? Like the Pentagon is like the fourth one listed on that whole thing, when that's like one of the most important buildings within the structure of our government.
They probably don't want to scare anybody. That's nuts. That's all our main stuff.
You listed off all the departments basically in our government, and you might as well just say, yo, we messed up.
Here'll be a funny sketch with this where they take it like an SNL one. They would be like, they would list down like Pentagon, FBI, and then like, the animal shelters. The animal shelters. People more freak out about the animals and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good
funny sketch. You might think about
Russian
that.
Government hackers are believed to be responsible for infiltrating computer systems without consent. Me tooers over there. At multiple U.S. agencies in recent months, including the Pentagon, Department of Homeland Security, and the Treasury Department. This is what made me mad. So the government uses a security system by a third-party contractor called SolarWinds. SolarWinds has some 300,000 customers, but says fewer than 18,000 installed the new version of Orion products. So basically what they're saying is through a new update that they had with SolarWinds, these hackers and these bots from Russia were able to latch on to that to get into the systems of the government and then get into their own customers' malware and get into their devices.
I never update. That's why you don't know.
My question is, we are one of the best countries in the world. On the surface, it looks like we got money, we got power. Why the hell do we not have our own security system?
Because don't you know we outsource everything? We don't do anything ourselves.
We outsource everything, but there's some things that you shouldn't outsource.
What else? Well,
if you have the means to do it, go ahead and do it. That's like finding out LeBron James drives a 2004 Hyundai Sonata just like me. It's like, brother, okay, do what you want if you want to do that, but you got the means to do something else. I shouldn't wake up and know that Norton security system is the same system that the Department of Defense has on their laptops.
The same software that you buy with your $200 laptops. It's the one the Pentagon.
SolarWinds is a security company headed out of Austin, Texas, which that's how lets you know how they got through, because you know how liberal they are. It's like, oh yeah, just send in all the information out, do what you want to do. They're coming out of Austin, Texas, and it says here that The incident is the latest in what has become a long list of suspected Russian electronics. One official from the government says it's like realizing that a burglar's been coming into your house and you haven't noticed for the last 6 months. Buddy, if you have somebody coming into your house every day and not noticing them for 6 months, let me tell you something right now, you don't deserve to have a house. Okay? Put it on the market, go get yourself a condo, and just live with your cats, or you must be a divorced man if you can't realize someone is coming into your house for 6 months.
What else stuff do you like? This is another sketch. What other stuff would the U.S. government outsource that should probably not be outsourced? What would be one of the?
Well, we outsource child trafficking. That's why they put all the Mexican kids in the cages.
Isn't that the Wayfair thing where you can buy a kid in the Wayfair.com? You heard of that?
That was some type of speculation. Whether it was, I don't know what that was, but we're not even, bro. We're not. Russia is being hosed right now. They're not even loyal to us. Back in the Cold War, shout out Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Oh, wait, have you played? I haven't got it yet. Is it good?
I got it, baby, right here.
Did I buy it? I want it for Christmas or Hanukkah.
Yeah, well, you got like 2 days, buddy. So you
I
better hurry up.
got it for the PS4, no PS5 yet, huh?
Back in the Cold War, bro, you looked at Russia, you looked at the United States. We knew we were enemies. Like it was head to head. It was Conor McGregor and Jake Paul. But now other countries are talking about, yeah, Russia is doing some scheming stuff to us too. They're hoes out here. They're not even loyal to us. If you're gonna do something bad, do it to us, so we know we special.
Yeah.
But now you do it in countries like Cambodia, out here messing with Cambodia. We're at 8, they're at 3.5, 2 with Pol Pot. So it's like
you just see the U.S. crying. They're going, they cheated on me. They cheated on me with Cambodia. Where's Cambodia?
And then this pissed me off. It said that the government is now gonna. The government gave the domain name that the hackers used to Microsoft. So basically, how the hackers got in, they allowed Microsoft to take that domain name to do more research, and now they're working closely with Microsoft.
Oh, so
which you should have done in the first damn place.
Yeah, why would you outsource? I don't know, man. Everybody's information now is out.
SolarWinds works with a lot of big companies. The government is one of their biggest collaborators. But if you got all this knowledge, take people from SolarWinds, create your own security system, and do that so you can control it. That way, if there's any leaks, that it's definitely coming from you.
They probably use
worry about if it's the Russians or not, or maybe you got like a insert of a Russia in your own government. It's a better way to find out if there's moles there or not.
Knowing how lazy sometimes Americans are, like we are lazy, they probably use the same password for everything. Every branch of government uses password 123, but wait, it's password uppercase P.
No, it's probably some American stuff. The password is probably get rocked 1776 or something like that.
We the best.
1776. The password. Americans are so stupid.
No, nobody's gonna guess my password.
America. Guess my password. Trump 2020 make America great again. Oh, okay. Damn. How do they get that?
Get in. Imagine explaining it to your boss. Oh, you're the password guy.
As much as America's in the media, we make our password. Oh, no one's gonna figure it out. No one knows what's going on in America. Password. All lives matter? Question mark. You're in. Like.
That's another sketch. They try to figure out what passwords it is. It's the easiest password. Freedom 1776.
Yeah, man. So
that's great. Dude, so do you think? What do you think is gonna happen then? There's so much stuff
going on. Describing some of the detective work that's now taking place. You have to go back and look at every room and see what's been taken, what might have been touched, and of course, that's a horrifying thought. They don't know what they took. You couldn't tell. This pissed me off. You couldn't tell that they came in. You couldn't tell that they left the back door open. Dog, what? You couldn't tell.
The back door to
now to the house. You can't feel a breeze coming in from the back of the. You can't feel a breeze. $500,000 is missing from your bank account. Someone hacked it, and you can't feel that.
I didn't see any mud on the floor, so I didn't think anybody came in. And the burglar came in.
You couldn't even tell necessarily when they came in, took a look around, and when they left. They said to carry out the attacks, hackers exploited a supply chain when they distributed their software update. So SolarWinds basically gave an update to all their customers, to their systems, and through that, the hackers were able to latch on to that update, and then once they updated it, it got into their system. So through a supply chain. Now, I'm going conspiracy brother right now.
Yes,
so,
come on, conspiracy brother. Do it. You got to do it in your Dave Chappelle voice then.
No. I'm not gonna do that. So Microsoft takes over the domain name so they can do the research, and now Microsoft is working diligently with the FBI. SolarWinds says this is a very delicate situation. It's serious, and they have to look into it more. But they advise people to download their update so it can be the safest version of it.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
What if Microsoft and SolarWinds are in cahoots? Microsoft says, yo, listen, we want that contract. We know y'all got it. We'll hack you. We'll make it seem like we hacked the U.S. government, so we'll take over, and then you guys can become a subsidiary of us. We take you up. Bill Gates talking about, listen, I got the vaccine on lock.
You're right.
I got people eating out of my hand already. What if I hack their government? What if I get control of their government, of their mainframes? Bill Gates going to be unstoppable. Him and that saggy, lazy eye of his. It's going to be unstoppable.
Saggy, lazy eye, you're right.
Then SolarWinds talking about, yeah, you're right. We got to get something out of it, though. Microsoft pays them. They say, hey, download our updated software. Get our new version, so you're going to be all right. More promotion for them. Or it could just be the Russian actually hacked us, and they didn't do anything, and they like to cause this hysteria when they're really doing something in the background.
First, my first thing in this conspiracy is, why is a company that makes security stuff called SolarWinds? What is it? Shouldn't they be making solar panels or wind? SolarWinds?
We have been advised that this incident was likely the result of a highly sophisticated, targeted, and manual supply chain attack by an outside nation state, but we have not independently verified the identity of the hacker.
It'd be funny if it came up one of those emails. It's like, you just won $1 million. You got to click this link to get your money. That's what one person did. One person clicked $1 million, and the whole U.S. government, every single thing went down the drain.
Somebody at SolarWinds went on the black market to try to get a PS5, and they messed
definitely.
up.
You're right. They went on the dark web, went on the deep web. You're 100% right.
They had a pop-up that said, please put in your address information and your credit card number. They said, all right, you have been hacked.
Would you rather explain to your boss you were on the deep web to get a PS5, or you were on like Pornhub? What would you rather say? What do you think's worse? Trying to buy a PS5 on the deep web, or just on
SolarWinds?
Yeah, the SolarWinds.
Speaking of PS5, I got to try to get a PS5.
Stock? Did you get the one I got? I sent you with StockX.
I thought it was like $1 of a.
Is $1 for like a raffle?
No, I need to get my hands on one, like, for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How much are you gonna pay? What's your maximum?
$500 is my maximum.
Oh, good. Don't buy it if it's more than $500. If it's $550, fine. But
if like a friend has it, I might like settle for like $600.
Is it new?
I don't know. I gotta find one. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
But anyway, what's worse? What's worse? Trying to get a PS5 on the dark web? If I'm SolarWinds, if I'm this company,
getting a virus, or just a guy on Pornhub trying to watch some porn.
I feel like a place like SolarWinds would analyze their employees. So, like, you probably already know what I'm into.
Yeah, you know everybody's browser. They're like, we hired you because you watch Stepmom.
You probably already know that when I type on a hub, I'm going straight directly to outdoor shower. So there's no shame.
Dude, that's crazy. That our internet providers know everything we go on.
Apparently, I got a notification that Instagram is being sued today too, because they're watching people as they scroll through their feed. So like the camera is
Yeah.
active and they're watching you scroll through the feed. Which
Oh.
I don't know why you would want to see that, because I'm mostly on the toilet when I'm on Instagram. So if you want to see some veins popping out of my head and some heavy breathing, I guess you want that. If that's what you're into, Mark Zuckerberg, go right ahead.
They're
But
like
I can tell you,
it.
it's not going to be enjoyable for you, and it's definitely not going to be enjoyable for me.
Why would you want to watch anybody just scrolling? I mean, I understand
what I was thinking was they probably coordinate what you're looking at. So say if you're scrolling, they know what post you're at, and you look at it. And if you don't have any engagement on that post, they may look at your reactions, and they may have like a computer database that kind of like deciphers your emotion. And then if it's a good emotion, they'll sell that to whoever you're looking at and be like, yo, he's probably going to be into your product because he made like a smiley face or at your post. So send him more ads.
Analytics are nuts now. I thought it really started with baseball when baseball started doing the analytics of all the players and stuff. But now it's every little thing we do correlates to number. Dude, that's why math is so hard. It's too many numbers. Too much stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, we know math is hard for you.
That is hard.
We know that for a fact. Which doesn't make any sense. Yeah, hold on. So cybersecurity infrastructure. Yeah, man. I don't know. They said they were speculating that they were going to try to influence the election.
Election's over.
But besides, I don't know. The only way that I would figure that Russia may influence the election is like more ads. So you know how people sell people's data so they can get more information on what they like?
Data. It's data.
I say data.
Why data?
Data, whatever, bro. That's one thing I don't have a problem with. If you want to say data or data, go right ahead.
Yeah, if you want to sound stupid,
if you walk into my house, if I invite you into my house and you say, yeah, I visited my aunt the other day, I'm kicking you out on the spot.
You say aunt?
I'm taking $5 out of your wallet for making my ears listen to that.
You say aunt?
I say aunt. There's a U in there for a reason.
It's aunt.
No, it's aunt. And you're probably just disagreeing with me for
I don't
for the
aunt.
sake. No, you're probably disagreeing with me for the sake of argument, but it is aunt. That U is there. That you realize the U is probably one of the most widest letters that we have in the alphabet. You know how much space is in between that A and that N? That U is there for a reason. Respect it.
No, it's not aunt. It's aunt.
It's aunt. No, it's not
You're
aunt.
from New York. It's aunt.
No.
From what? I don't know a New Yorker that.
Listen, we're New Yorkers. We do everything fast. We're on a fast pace. You can slow the hell down to acknowledge the U. Okay.
Aunt instead of aunt. It's my aunt.
Slow the hell down to no.
It's my aunt. It's my auntie.
Auntie.
Auntie. Oh my god! It's my auntie.
No, auntie is weird.
It's not
my
auntie.
It's what people say auntie.
It's data, and it's aunt, and it's
data. I don't care about that.
You say Jeff?
Pecans, not pecans.
Pecans. No, I'm just kidding. Pecans.
And crayon, not crayon.
Crayon.
That's
I say crayon.
That's a Midwest thing.
Crayon.
When you go out to Utah, they don't say mountains. They say mountain.
Let me get the crayons.
They forget the T.
Do you say GIF or GIF?
That one doesn't matter to me either.
What do you say?
I say both. It doesn't
GIF.
matter to me.
The guy that created it said it's GIF.
So the guy who created Reese's, which is his last name, which is how you pronounce it, people upstate call it Reese's.
Reese's. You know what? When I was in Vermont,
they got braces on and they can't connect their bottom and their top lip.
Can you believe that people in Vermont say not bagels, they say bagels? They say bagels. What?
And that is why Vermont.
Bagels. Yeah, let me get a bagel. Let me get a bagel egg and cheese.
That is why people in Vermont try to sexually arouse trees to get maple syrup from it, because that's all you got to do up there.
Living there for 2 years was quite different, even though I was right next to New York. It was a weird time. Met some cool and weird people though. Aunt, my GIF.
I don't know.
Now I'm mad that I got fingerprinted because That's why I didn't really.
The Russians are gonna get your fingerprints now.
Well, no, it's in that the U.S. Attorney General now has it. So if they get hacked,
if the Russians get your fingerprint, they gonna burn them as soon as they get them. Like, oh, so you have what? You have to test 3 times? Oh no, get yourself here.
Dude, but it was. Oh, let me tell you before we move on. When I had to get my finger printed, right? The machine, the guy working there has to do it for you because for some reason you can't put your own hand on a fingerprinting machine. So this really frail old guy comes in. I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna be so gross. The man had the softest hands I've ever felt in my life. The way he put my hand on there and like he was like massaging my fingers. I was like, what is going on? The guy had the most soft hands though. I was like,
you
wow.
like it?
No, I didn't like it. It freaked me out, but I was like,
the way you slowed up when you pronounced the word soft makes me think that you liked it.
It was so I couldn't believe how soft this guy looked like he just got back from like prison and stuff, and he's like caressing my freaking hand.
So that's why he's probably so good at it. He just got out of prison.
Oh, you're right. Oh man. But let me tell you, as soon as I got in my car, I doused my hands of Purell. Couldn't believe this guy had the softest hands ever, caressing my fingers.
Oh, wow, you really know how to work a man's head. Yep, I've had 15 years of experience.
Oh, now you got me thinking. I just fought because he does it a lot. Oh man. Oh.
I've had 15 to 22 years of experience, and I'm on parole now. So
right, because that fingerprinting machine looked pretty not used for a while.
He started throwing in unnecessary stuff that involves prison. All right, so we gotta have the fingerprint, and then next one you just gotta go in that shower and then drop the soap and then pick it up, so we can get your fingerprints from the soap.
The first thing he did was like, "You got 2 forms of ID." I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Good," because a lot of people don't bring it. And I got to turn them away. I don't want to fight with anybody today. I read the email, man. It says in little tiny letters in the bottom, bring 2. Maybe that's why people don't bring 2 because you put it all the way at the freaking bottom. Passports are dope. That's what to do.
Finagled. All right, you want to go to a commercial break?
You want to go commercial? All right, let's see. Let me try to let me here say something so we can.
All right, y'all. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about some of these sports popping off in the world: sports news, sports media, sports gossip. You're listening to How You Know. We'll be right back.
Hazards, and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah,
that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Hey, guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-660. That's 516-381-9660.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no 2 investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stock, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value and market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors, LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC. Annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network, LLC.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor, and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit them online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. As a volunteer, you deliver a hot, nutritious meal and a friendly hello to someone just like your mother, grandfather, or next door neighbor. These seniors are inspiring people with incredible stories to share, and they love to see you. The smiles you get back are priceless. Delivering with Meals on Wheels is easy, and you don't have to be quick. You can volunteer your lunch break once a week or just once a month. With 1 in 6 seniors facing hunger and many more living in isolation, your lunch break can make a real difference. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Okay, Simon, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. And what do people normally wear?
Clothes.
Exactly. So now mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Clothes keep us warm, they look good, and if we go out without them, the neighbors will talk. So it's important to know how to get dressed. Here's how it's done. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. If you're wearing a tie, it goes over, round, round, through, and pull tight. Tuck your shirt into your pants and zip up your flap. Socks going first, then shoes right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears.
I love bunnies.
Good to know. Now remember, spots don't go with stripes, socks don't go with sandals, and if you've tucked in your shirt, wear a belt. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the partner.
Oh man, I picked the wrong song. Is this going on? No. Yeah. Oh god. Oh man, welcome back. I can't hear myself anymore though. Hold up. Can you hear me? I can hear you though, right? You can hear me.
I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Oh, you can't see me?
No, it just says the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Oh, there we go.
Hey, Peter here. This is so much harder. Welcome back to How You Know, a comedy show with the two originators right here, Jared Harbin, Austin Titel, missing Jair. He's working. Ryan, I had Ryan lined up, but he had a Zoom call. And Peter.
Actually, shout out to Jair's mom's birthday. It's her birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Real quick. Let's get the daily Jair in. Let's FaceTime him if he doesn't answer. It's all right.
Wow, we're at the 1 hour mark. You go, yo, bro. He's gonna be playing with his hair. He got some good equipment. Did he show me? Did he show you? There he is.
To the people on you.
Let me solo you.
Listen, I just want to say, baby.
A little closer.
Another day. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to who?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to my mom. You know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday to Miss Iwa. You know?
I'm over here driving, doing my thing over here. Listen, I don't do.
Over here now.
Don't FaceTime and drive at the same
Over
time
here,
now.
over here, yeah. This is
Don't get locked up because cops will lock you up. You may work security at Trader Joe's, but that don't count.
They will come and arrest you.
That don't count over there. You gonna show your Trader Joe's badge? They're gonna go, okay.
Tell him how
look at this badge.
I have him really zoomed in so everybody can see he's doing this. Yeah, show everybody. Like he's FaceTiming and driving.
I'm not doing that.
Listen, if PS4 can record voice chats, they gonna get you too. The government gonna get you too. Okay.
He's dedicated to come.
Listen, I'm gonna be on the podcast today. Let me hurry up and get home, and I got you.
Yeah, you're going to work right now. Don't lie to us.
It's okay. We have too many technical difficulties to try to squeeze you in next.
All right, man. We gonna holler at you. Happy birthday to Miss Ewa, man. You know she 56, but she 44. So happy birthday to her. We gonna talk to you later. All right. That's a nice jacket. Everybody, look at his jacket.
It's a nice jacket. You got him that? Look, he's driving. Look, he's driving.
You bought that with your Macy's money or your Trader Joe money? All right, goodbye.
All right, goodbye. But that was a quick FaceTime. You ever watch these podcasts and shows and they try to do FaceTime and it takes forever to anybody to answer. But yeah, that guy had the softest hands ever. Couldn't believe it.
You still on that?
Oh, because I'm thinking about it now. Like, wow, why was this dude, this guy that looked like right out of prison, had the softest hands?
But why were you worried about the softness of his hands in the first place?
Because he was the one that had. I wasn't allowed.
You rolled your fingertip on the scanner.
Yeah, but but the way he did it, it was some shady. It was like, what is this? And he went,
job though, Austin.
He went. Stop struggling. I was like, oh, whoa, okay, all right. Let me.
You lucky it was just your finger, not your leg, too.
God, I was like, all right. I was ready to run out, but as soon as I get in the car,
sports, man.
Yeah, sports. We're in the second hour. We need to be in sports.
Don't worry, we're gonna finish by 3.
Sports. Sports.
As we know, the NBA has been popping off. We got a lot of people going to different places. Danny Green, Dwight Howard's in Philadelphia now.
Wait, 2 weeks ago, who did you say the team was going to go to? What's his name? Who's the guy that basketball player that we were talking about last time that you said he's going to go to a team? Keep going. I'll think about it.
Well, I'm just letting people know the moves. So we talked about Chris Paul going to the Suns.
Right, that's what it was.
Drafts LaMelo's in Charlotte now. His brother went to Detroit. They kicked him out of Detroit, which is very depressing, getting kicked out of Detroit with the way that economic system is.
We have nothing, but we don't want you.
Who else? Anthony Edwards is going to be popping off in Minnesota. But main speculation, the big news has been popping off. Russell Westbrook got traded from the Rockets. Essentially, the Wizards got rid of John Wall. They took in Russell Westbrook, and now the Rockets have John Wall. Now, James Harden. There's been a lot of speculation on this brother. People say that James Harden wants out. People say that he denied a 2-year, $50 million extension. And there's a lot of talk as to where James Harden is going, whether if he wants to play. And honestly, I hate when media does this because we don't know. We know the inner dealings of stuff. We have inside sources. We have people that tell us things about the team and about the melding of a organization, but we don't know what's going on in a person's head, like singularly. We never know. People always make these speculations of what James wants to do. Oh, James wants to go to the Bucks. Oh, James wants to go to the Heat. Oh, it's reported that James wants to go to the Sixers. But none of the news coming off that story matches up. The Nets say, hey, we want James Harden, but we're not going to get rid of Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving for him. Then guess what? You're not getting James Harden. Ain't nobody want Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, and whatever other pick you got. Sixers talking about, yeah, we want James Harden. We're not going to get rid of Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid. Well, guess what? You're not gonna get rid of James Harden. You're not gonna get James Harden. What you think? You want to see Danny Green in Houston running with his elbows like this, and you want to see Dwight Howard twerking in the paint? Not happening. Heat. Who you gonna get up? You're not gonna give up Jimmy Butler. You're not gonna give up Tyler Hero's white black ass. So what you gonna do? Milwaukee? They just signed Giannis. You're not going up to Milwaukee. There'll probably be about 10 people wanting to use James Harden's beard as a coat. Now, There's memes the other day of James Harden on the court.
yeah,
He didn't participate. He didn't You hear me? What?
I said, yeah, memes, love them.
There were memes of James Harden on the court the other day. He didn't play in the first preseason game, but he was here. He was there, and people said that he looks fat and that he's unmotivated. And now the speculation is he is basically sabotaging himself so that he can be traded.
He does look pretty big now. You saw that photo of him on the
but James Harden he wasn't skinny. The brother had some width around the waist, but he wasn't extremely skinny. But what I hate now is we don't know where his mind is at. There are rumors now. This is what I hate. There are rumors now that people say, "Oh, he doesn't want to play with John Wall." Nothing about John Wall excites James Harden. John Wall's been injured. We give him that, but the brother's been looking pretty good. They combined to have like 29 points this first game. Secondly, now there's other speculations of coaches coming out of the woodwork. Oh, everybody knows that when we have a game, when we have a practice, sometimes James Harden won't show up. He'll fly somewhere to party, and then he'll come back, but everybody's okay with it because he'll drop 50 points. What the hell does that have to do with a trade speculation of where this brother wants to play? Let's stick to the basics. I don't like when we go off on these tangents of a personal vendetta or where the player's head is at. We don't know anything about what's going on in their life. So, like, something that looks a certain way can be perceived as something totally different. The brother walks out of his house with a frown. Oh, he doesn't want to be with the Houston Rockets. You don't know what happened to him. Maybe the brother burned his toaster strudel in the morning. The icing got everywhere. We don't know what happened. So it's when media takes these extra steps, it's then that an effective change can actually happen. The one thing that you're trying to run away from or the one thing that you predict, you actually make it happen. Oh, James Harden doesn't want to play with Houston. He sees all these media outlets reporting that. He sees journalists going out of their way to prove that very point. Then it's like, you know what? I don't want to play for Houston because you guys are making up the reality that you believe in your mind. So I think media should take a step back from James Harden. Just let him be. Let him play. None of the memes. Even though they said he did look like Rick Ross, which is pretty funny.
He did like Rick Ross.
But I don't know, man. I think media does play a big part in how players are motivated at times. And this could be the negative effect. You get one whiff of the truth or one shred of truth, and they try to run with it. It's no different than regular news networks. But it could just be embalming at times, bro. It's just like, leave it alone.
Yeah,
let the brother play.
Everybody has a problem with everything. Okay, everybody. People are people that especially watch sports. People that talk about sports. They want to be a part of the sport, so they're going to nitpick every little thing.
True.
Of course. I mean, come on. We
we have to ask the questions. How do we know? How do you know? How do you know that's the real thing?
How you know in a while?
How do you know it's the real thing? People said he turned down a $50 million contract, and then he put up an Instagram post of him taking a cap off a water bottle and placing it on the table, basically saying, "Oh, that's cap. That's a lie." We don't know.
People
so,
go.
let's not run with stories. Let's run with what we have. John Wall looks good. He looks healthy. The teams that are trying to trade for James Harden are not going to give up pieces that are going to get them James Harden. So that's it. Don't make up any speculations, anything like that, man.
What are the Knicks doing?
Huh?
What are the Knicks doing?
We are not so much. Okay, we played the Pistons in the preseason. We won the first game. I believe we lost the second one. We have to find that mold of how we want our young talent to become the forefront. We got Obi Toppin. Brothers out there looking good. RJ Barrett. He was looking pretty good. He was looking vicious on the offensive and defensive end. Great court vision. We got to play Mitchell Robinson. And we have to really continue to develop Frank Ntilikina's defense. But besides that, we got young talent with the Knicks.
Are the Knicks
in a matter of two years, the whole roster will be gone because we're just gonna harbor up for trade value and get rid of them. But we got a young core. Kevin Knox is looking good. So time will tell. But it is the preseason, so you never know.
Are Knicks your favorite sports team, or is that the Jets?
No, I grew up Knicks fans, man. I have memories of my father buying season tickets, and then after I would get off from school, I would come home. We would drive to the Amityville train station or the Farmdale train station, depending. Park the car there. Get on the train. You know, you have the memories of the same announcer on the LIRR. This is the train to Penn Station. The next station is Penn Station. Like, you don't have to say that, dog. We know it's Penn Station.
They replaced that guy's voice. You know that? They're replacing the guy's voice with I think it's a woman's voice now. I think they replaced him.
Because women are known to be more nurturing when they speak.
Yeah, I mean,
or if it's a woman, they're just gonna have her repeat herself so people will know.
Hey, this is the train to Penn Station. We're at Penn Station.
Did not tell you the next station is Forest Hills? I thought I told you the next station is Forest Hills because I could have swore I heard myself saying the next station is Forest Hill. All right, you know I'm getting off of Mineola.
And then what would happen is some guy would be on the phone with his girlfriend and be like, "Who's that woman yelling at you? Are you cheating on me?"
Next station is Infidelity.
That's sick. That's funny.
But yeah, man, the memories of going to the Knicks games, going to the restaurant across from Madison Square Garden, getting mac and cheese, stripping ourselves of all the valuables, aka Sprites and Cokes that the security wouldn't let us take in the Madison Square Garden, and watching the Knicks play.
Dude, I never saw the Knicks game. I've never seen a real basketball game. Like I mean, I've only saw the Brooklyn Nets, but
yeah, that's not a real basketball game.
Never liked the Knicks. Yeah, I've only seen the Brooklyn Nets before they made all those trades, so 2 years ago, and I've seen the Harlem Globetrotters a lot though. Those generals really suck.
Listen, man, it's the memories, but basketball is looking to shape up to be something that's watchable. I'm very interested to see how the bubble is going to work with like the empty arenas and stuff like that. So it's something to look forward to. What's our next story though?
Oh man, where is it? I gotta find it. I think. Oh, you know what? We never added one of the biggest stories. Where'd you go? What'd you do to your camera? Where'd you go? All right, go. You turn off for a second. All right, our next story was the Logan Paul Mayweather. I want to say that for the end. I want to ask you quick before that is the biggest news. I wish Ryan was here to talk about it. But the biggest news this week is the Cleveland Indians are changing their name. They're taking away the Indians. They will be called something else. I don't know what they'll be called. I mean, listen, it's changed. It's 2020. We had a good run with the Cleveland Indians name. If people are offended about it, just change it. I really like the Cleveland Indians. I like the name, but if it's time to go, it's time to go.
I don't really see. First of all, if you want to mislabel Indians, like Columbus thought they were Indians, Native Americans were Indians, so he just called them Indians. This is something that we rode with for a long time, knowing it's wrong. So how about if you still want to honor Native American culture, just say the Cleveland Natives. That's a good name, good pop. You don't have to change it in the aesthetic. I mean, you don't have to take the red skin off the logo.
Yeah, no, that's the.
That's a little bit. I'm in a meeting.
He's in a meeting.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Cleveland Indians. They're. I mean, the Cleveland Indians name. The name's like it's like a good name, but it's not a good name. It's time to get rid of that. What I'm more concerned is are they not gonna show the Major League movies, because that was the original Major League was great, but they were on the Cleveland Indians, and I don't think they that.
If they're still showing Charlie Sheen in that movie with all he's done, I don't think they're gonna be worried about the Cleveland Indian names.
Coming from a baseball standpoint, I know it's just a name, so change it. I mean, it's still a baseball team. I hope they come up with a cool name. I hope they don't wait like the Washingtons waiting forever to come up with a name. They said it might be done this week.
It won't be. They're just being petty. Washington doesn't want to do it.
Oh, man,
it's not that hard to vote on the name, especially within Washington. Generals.
That'd be the Cleveland Natives is pretty. It's pretty good. That's a pretty good name, but they're going to stay away from it. They're going to get rid. They're going to go. They're not going to go anywhere near that because they don't want any. They don't want to do it again. You know how much money it is to change the name. Do you know how hard it is when they got rid of the Chief Wahoo to try to get a Chief Wahoo hat?
Chief Wahoo.
Yeah, it's his. It's the Cleveland Indians mascot. It's a giant Indian head with big teeth. Yeah. I mean, I understand getting rid of that really fast, but I mean, I don't know. I think
if you really want to take the disgrace out of Cleveland Indians, you know what you got to do? You got to move the team out of Cleveland. That's the one thing you got to do.
Yeah, that's where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is.
So?
I don't know why it's in Cleveland. I mean, I know why it's in Cleveland, but I think it's time to move it.
Hall of Fames are always in the spots that you never expect them to be, or it doesn't make any sense. Springfield, Massachusetts, you go over there and it's the Basketball Hall of Fame, and then you see all these kids bouncing the basketball with their head. It's like, do you guys know the historical significance that you live near? The big globe? See kids over there bouncing the basketball, putting it in their shirt, just running around with it. What's wrong with you? Canton, Ohio, over there with the Football Hall of Fame.
I mean, here's my real take on the Cleveland Indians controversy. It was a good name. If people want to get rid of, people are offended about it.
Say the Cleveland natives. You don't have to change anything.
When they change it, they want to stay away. It was a good name. They had a long run. People don't like it anymore. So just change it. That's all that's all you got to do.
Should we stay away as a society? Should we stay away from naming teams after groups of people?
Well, now stop it. Now just don't.
Because, honestly, no joke. If there was a team called the Seattle Whiteys,
yeah,
and their mascot was a woman named Karen who always overcooked the tuna casserole, do you think people will be offended?
Yeah, I think people be offended.
Now, if we honor, this is a fine line. It's either a historical reference or like a reference of pop culture. That's the difference. Because if we honor maybe like the Red Tails in Tuskegee and we have a team after them, that doesn't seem bad because as a group, they did something great and we want to honor them. But if we just honor a whole group of people historically that have a great story but have been ostracized and like condescended against throughout history, are we doing it to honor them or make fun of them? Or are we doing it because we just like one aspect of their culture, like warrior spirit, like winning battles, like, and that goes with sport?
With the Indians name, it wasn't to malice to go against Indians. They just thought it'd be a cool name just because it was the Cleveland Indians. But now that we live in a society where you shouldn't be doing that, get rid of it. I mean,
why Indians though? What is so significant about Indians that makes you as the leader of a team whose main focus is probably, hey, we got to get people to sell out seats. We got to get people as an attraction to get people.
If you ever went to Cleveland, you ever watched a game and stuff, it's everybody dressed up as Indians and stuff. People wear headdresses. They're banging drums. So they're like they're appropriating, and that's really where it started. Where when appropriation started to become not a good thing is they started banning headwear. You can't wear the headdresses and stuff. You can't do any of that stuff. So when that goes, the culture goes, and it's the Cleveland Indian culture. You know, they used to have a guy banging the drums all the time. You know, making the music. They don't allow that anymore. A team name like the Indians, it brings people into their own reality, their own group. Now, the name isn't good anymore. I mean, listen, people are offended with it. It's just so much easier just to change the name than keep on trying to convince people that something's not racist or anything. But the only thing I think what might happen is this might be a domino effect. Is do you think a team like the Texas Rangers would be taken away? Because Rangers is like police stuff. And with everything going on, do you think they would get rid of that?
If you are like I said, a specific person, or like a specific person from history, I think you're fine. I think the root of this is the Indian, and the imagery that comes with being an Indian and how you replicate that in sports. If it was from a historical background like the natives, and if you walked in the Cleveland Indians stadium, right, and they had references to Native American culture, not only in Cleveland but around the world, and they really appreciated it. And it was just a thing of a historical reference, it would be cool. But I think it's a little bit more than that.
It's a group of people. If it was
Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers are people who ride on horses. They're known for great things that they've done in society. The Rangers. What's another team in
they can even talk about the Yankees because you're making fun of Yankees. You're making fun of people. Like every team.
Historical standpoint, Yankees are New York. That was the leadership
of the war. But stuff like what's next. The Blackhawks. They're next. There's no way.
I don't. But see, Blackhawks are specific. I'm not sure how specific they are to Illinois, but I feel like Blackhawks are a specific group that if you honor them, there is a more of a sentimental or more of a connection to it. Rather, if you just say, "Oh, all these people are Indians," the generalization of it could be really detrimental to what you're trying to do. If you say like I said with Red Tails, if you go, "Oh, Red Tails, cool," but if there was a team called Black Soldiers and there was a bunch of shoulders like sitting around with guns and had Newports, it'd be like, "Oh, that's kind of disrespectful." But if you have the team called the Red Tails, oh, Tuskegee Airmen, oh, they have
you want to honor, that's better. But people don't like a team just called like the Indians and then the Redskins. Like those.
I think I understand what you're saying because people drag the whole PC 2020, everything has to be right thing. But with certain things, if you are honoring or you're talking about a certain historical standpoint, I think you're good. But the Cleveland Indians is just way too general.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And when it's way too general, you can get away with a lot more stuff that is offensive, that is appropriation, because you're just doing, it's Indians.
It's everybody.
But if you have something specific to harp on, like a Blackhawk, like a Ranger, like a Cavalier, there is a specific mold that you have to stick to that doesn't really allow that much of a straying away from your fan base or anybody else that really rocks with you. It's kind of the Redskins. Redskins were usually, that was a slur.
Yeah,
for all Native Americans back then.
I can't believe how long it took for them to get rid of their name, because that's like the most blatant one. That and then trying to go to Indians, like, all right, if we got rid of the Redskins, okay, maybe it's time to get rid of it. I mean, here's the take. I played baseball all my life. Up until now, I didn't really realize like how it should be changed. Just change it. But don't harp on it. If you want to change the team name, just change it. Change is good. It's
Natives.
2020. Just let it go. It does kind of suck that mold that they have of like their fans and stuff. Like the Cleveland Indians, it's a cool name, Cleveland Indians. It flows nice. So it's time to come up with something else. It does suck.
I'm sick of people using that excuse. Oh, it flows nice.
It does flow nice.
What? It flows nice.
It does flow nice.
Oh no, you know what? What? Not in Z's. What? It's cool. It flows nice. What? What?
I just wonder what team's next. It's got to be Blackhawks. It has to be Blackhawks.
I think Blackhawks are too specific. I don't know.
Do you think they're going to start changing?
Research on that? I want to see how relevant the Blackhawks were in like Illinois, Chicago area. If that's so, then you really can't do anything about that. Because
remember like a year ago, you're from Long Island, obviously, but the East End, they want to get rid of all the names that are the tribes. They want to get rid of Montauk. They want to name it other stuff. People want to get rid of that. People want to get rid of everything that has to do with anybody. So the next is going to be like the Cleveland baseball bats.
Listen, I truly believe, especially with Native Americans, there's nothing that we can do right now to make them happy or to apologize for what we've done.
There's too much damage. It's over.
Nothing's going to make it better. Nothing's going to make it worse. You could probably make a football team called the
Washington. We are sorry.
Renamed themselves the Cleveland Casino Owner Indians, and that will literally not even make it better. It's very true. They had the reserves are flooded with them, but the rights that they have, and especially like with the deforestation of their reservations and the slow chipping away, bro, ain't nothing that we can do to repay what we did. So
after the show, go look at people's reactions that are Cleveland Indians fans. I heard one being like, "But they get all the casinos." Trying to be like, "No, they shouldn't get that because of this." Yo, we took their land, bro.
People are ignorant, bro.
That's what it is. All right, let's go on to the next one.
Let's oh yeah.
Story. The good one. The funniest one.
So we didn't really talk about this the last episode, but
No.
Nate Robinson. What was
What
that?
are you doing? What are you doing? Pretty
Why
bad.
would you do that? Why would you? I grew up. The reason why I love the number 4 was because of you, Nate Robinson. You're number 4. The way you wore it, the slam dunk champion for 3 years. I adored the number 4. Now I can't stand the number 4 because that's the number that the referee said to you when you realized you couldn't get up. He's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm gonna lose this one.
Did you watch the fight? Did you pay for it?
I
Did you
watched.
it?
It just seemed like the brother was ready to go out there. And you ever see a kid at a birthday party with a piñata, and the mom puts the blindfold on them, and they take that first swing, but it's like they swing on their grandma by accident sitting down. That's what it was like. You had all this built up. You had all this built up energy and pressure to go out there. Meanwhile, you were the one that called Jake Paul out. You called him out. You went out there and you swung. It just didn't seem coordinated for the type of athlete that you appear to be. Football, basketball. I'm not gonna make fun of him because I would never be the one to step into the ring like that and do that. But for someone who trained for it,
it did train for it.
Didn't seem as sharp. And you getting beat by Jake Paul, who looks like a more put together Wolverine with that beard.
Dude, he did it for the what a like a money grab. How great.
Listen, boxing is a sport. It's very visceral. So get your money because
definitely get your money. I'm talking about
your last time doing anything. So I'm not going to
the way that he fought in that fight didn't look like he looked like he didn't really train. He looked like he just did it for the money. Which, hey, listen, I would do for the money too, man. But I don't know. You were a professional basketball player, and you got rocked.
I don't care. That has nothing to do with the athleticism. If you don't train, if you don't have a format that the boxing is about physical skill, but it's also about analyzation. Yo, look at the reach. Look at the height difference. When you step here, you can step there because his body will be open, but his head's going to be protected. So you have an angle on him. It's about that. And it just looked like Nate Robinson took all that analysis and chucked it across the stadium.
It's like
he threw that like Baker Mayfield threw that Hail Mary the other night.
It's like one of those things when you're preparing for it, like a speech, and then you're there, you practice, and you go, I'm just gonna wing it.
The Paul brothers are.
They know.
They're all Jake looks like a good boxer.
Yeah.
And so does Logan. They're fit. But Nate. I don't speculate why he needed money. Going back to the James Harden thing, I don't know what's going on in the individual's life, but just off of how you looked, damn.
I don't know. He might have got nervous. I don't know. All I'm saying is their ultimate trolls. Good for Jake Paul, man. He's got all that money now, and now he might fight Conor McGregor. Did you see what he did on Instagram?
It's not happening.
I know it's not happening.
Well, I'll say this: it is not happening with the taunting that Jake Paul is doing. I honestly believe if you want, he already put up the money. The money's already there. So like a lot of people say, oh, Conor fights for the money. But again, I'm not going to speculate on an individual's agenda because, Conor said, oh, I'm retiring. He did that. He knocked Donald out with the shoulder. And then he said, I'm going to be with my family. Now he's fighting Dustin Poirier, I believe. So it may not be money. But the one thing that was necessary for Jake Paul to put up, he did. If you think you're going to out Conor, what Conor is best at, you're not. Calling his wife a 4, calling him an Irish C word.
Only following his wife on Instagram.
Throwing water balloons at his trainer. It's like a kid trying to nag you into hitting you. So it's like your brother trying to nag you into hitting you so he can call his mom. Say,
you can't give him what he wants. You can't give it.
It's not going to work with Conor. Conor, he's smart. That's why he's so good at the trash talking. He's smart. He's coordinated. He's calculated. Jake, what you're trying to do is you're swinging like Nate Robinson right now. You don't have a clear pathway as to what you're going to do. Just like the Joker said in Batman, I'm just a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught one. Jake, if you get near this car, you might get run over by it.
How great would it be to watch him get rocked? How funny would it be? Jake get knocked. Not
he doesn't have a level or a cap as to how far he's willing to take it. He's probably going to do it until Conor agrees or gets a response. But the way this brother is moving, he's going to have to do more than that. And I honestly think he's going to have to pull up on Conor wherever he is in Ireland or wherever, and he's going to have to stand outside of his house and like.
What if it turns into a street fight? That'd be cool if it turns into a street fight. You see it on live on Jake Paul's Instagram. Hey, yo, Instagram live about to fight Conor McGregor right here.
In order for Jake Paul to fight Conor McGregor, he's going to have to take a bottle of Proper 12, turn it into a Molotov cocktail, and chuck it into Conor's house and take his wife hostage and be like, if you want to fight me, if you want to get your wife back, and if you want me to put your house out on fire, you're going to have to.
Did you ever watch the movie Southpaw? The Jake Gyllenhaal? This is like what's going on. It's like Jake would have to kill his wife to get Conor McGregor to fight.
Exactly. I don't think it's going to work.
I don't
think it's going to work.
Honestly, if it did happen, there's two things. One, boxing would be looked upon like celebrity boxing. That's the same exact thing. There's going to be no middle ground, no lines. But the second thing might be that maybe boxing comes back from. Maybe boxing becomes like a really like sport that everybody watches again, because boxing is dope. Boxing is the most physical, the most demanding sport ever. You're fighting a dude. I mean, you're fighting a guy. You're fighting.
Boxing has not been popping since Floyd or Pacquiao. We had Deontay Wilder and we had Tyson Fury.
And even then, it wasn't as popular as like when Mike Tyson and George Foreman.
Wilder blamed it on that Scooby-Doo ass uniform that he walked out with to fight Tyson. Yeah. And then we have Anthony Joshua. Tyson fights Anthony Joshua. Deontay, and that happens. What's going to happen? Because Tyson said he's not going to fight Deontay Wilder again. And those are the two. And the big brother, the big Mexican brother that was the surprise knockout on Anthony Joshua. I forget him. Besides that, nobody in boxing is caring about boxing.
Yeah.
You have the young guns who are on social media. Ryan Garcia and Shakur Stevenson, who had a great fight recently. They're popping social media wise. You have Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. And you have the greats that I talked about, Manny, who's over there in the Philippines trying to be a mayor or something like that.
Yeah.
Floyd. That's it. So now boxing is really going through its whole phase right now. This is that Kardashian phase where it's like anybody can roll up on it for the lights, camera, and action.
Yeah, I mean,
you had Mike and Roy. You had Logan and KSI. Now you're gonna have Jake and Conor. And also a flaw of Jake's thought process is you're challenging Conor to go in your territory to fight you. Conor already has an immense amount of respect because he went into the GOAT, the greatest fighter of all time. He went into his arena. He went into his sport to fight him, Floyd. He lost, but he still has a lot of respect for it. You think he's gonna take offense from not fighting a YouTuber? He already reached the mountain, bro. So for him to go in with that aspect, you're not incentivizing Conor to fight you even more. He already did it. Now, if you said, yo, Conor, you're not going to fight me, UFC, I'm a train, I'm going to get my body right 6 months, I'm going to come there, I'm going to beat you behind. Now, if you said that, that's different. But you're taunting him to come on your side of the fence. There's not enough incentive for me, bro. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's such like a joke. That's why it's so just a joke. Everything now, there's such a joke.
No, it makes sense, bro. You're inviting him to come into your own territory to fight you when you're the one that wants to fight. Yeah, I bet you won't come over here. I bet you won't come into my house and open the door when I have the keys
and leave the back door open so I don't know if you.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
Oh man, so you don't think it's gonna happen?
The money is there. I don't know what Conor. I don't know how he's feeling. I don't think the taunting is not going to work. The money is already put up. If it does work, that's why it's going to work. Because 50 million, do what you got to do, take care of the kid, or if you want to get back into boxing, whatever. The taunting is just not. It's not going to work. You're going to have to do some extreme stuff, like legal. And we all know how Jake Paul likes to get in trouble with the police and the feds.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna have to get investigated by the CIA.
But how cool
Conor for you to fight you.
Would it be if they fought and like the first round, first punch down?
Who?
Conor McGregor beats.
That's what would be expected. But if Conor goes down, it's gonna be like, oh, Jake is the real deal. This and that.
It'd be over.
Showmanship. He put up the money. He's a talker, and he basically just beats you at your own game if that happens. But if you don't allow him to do that, then there's no credibility taken from your name, and you're just chilling.
Yeah,
you go off, you fight Dustin Poirier, and you have a good life.
There's no winning. There's really no winning for McGregor. If he beats him, he obviously beat him. If he lose, what?
50 million. 50 million says, listen, when I step into that ring, all the judgment of why I'm in that ring goes away. Oh, Conor, you didn't have to do that. That wasn't professional courtesy. Why did you step into the 50 million? Okay. Yeah. You got it.
Right.
So all that goes away. The money's there. It makes it understandable. And if you're ready to step in the ring, get your money. 50 million, you're putting your life on the line. Go ahead, get your money. I'm not judging you. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
Final thought here. Do you think Logan will ever win a fight?
Logan won against KSI, right?
No, he lost. He hasn't won a fight yet.
Oh, Logan lost that fight?
Yeah, Logan lost the fight. Well, it was the first one was like a tie, and then the second one was he got beat. He's like he's 2-1 or something. Let me check.
Oh, I swore he won that. I didn't pay attention to it, but I thought he won the fight.
No, he definitely lost. Fight record. All right. Total fights. He lost 1, tied 1. He sucks.
Who did he lose against then?
He lost against KSI. Remember, he fought KSI.
Who did he tie against?
Tied against KSI.
He fought him twice?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he fought him twice. Remember, the first one was a tie. And then the second one. Yeah, well, I mean, he's fighting Floyd Mayweather. I forgot about that. He's fighting him in February. I completely forgot about that. How is that not a bigger story than the Logan Paul thing?
This is what I liken to when a rapper comes out of the hood. I'm not sure if any of our listeners are rap fans, but Benny the Butcher comes out of Buffalo, where my good friend Michael Scott is from. Shout out Michael Anthony Scott, Moxie approved. He comes from the inner city of Buffalo, which is rough. One of the roughest hoods that you can come out of. I think top 10 in homicides in the nation. Benny the Butcher comes out of Buffalo as a rapper. He makes it with Griselda, and he has a saying that he says, I've already won. I've gotten out of the space that I was in, dire conditions, and now I'm here now. I'm just in a position where I don't have to look over my shoulder. Well, he just has to look over his shoulder. He got shot in Houston. But he doesn't have to worry about where his next meal is coming from. He doesn't have to do criminal activities. He doesn't have to struggle. This is the Paul brothers.
Yeah.
They came from making vines with King Batch and whatnot in Hollywood, making videos. They made money on YouTube, and now they're infiltrating an area that they have no business being in. I don't know the history of boxing in their family or what have you, but they have no history of being in with their prior record. Now I'm Logan Paul. 1 loss, 1 tie. I'm just a personality, and now I'm fighting the best boxer ever. I've already won.
Yeah, no matter what, if anybody says, "Oh, they're trolls," "Oh, they're this," they are arguably one of the best entertainers because this is such entertainment.
Doesn't matter. He's already won. And he's extra one because Floyd is not a powerhouse hitter. He's just gonna dodge you.
Yeah.
You may get a little stung up, but he's not gonna knock you out. Which makes me kind of have a little bit more respect for Jake because as a striker, I wouldn't know who's harder at striking, whether it's a Conor or a Jake. But Jake said, "You come box me." He didn't say, "I come UFC you," because then he would have been dumb. But if you corner Conor in a profession that he's not as good at, then it's smarter for you. Because like I already won. I'm in this ring with you from YouTube, and you're not going to really hurt me or anything like that. You're setting yourself up for success when you've already won. So like that's how I see the Paul brothers.
Listen, they got FU money. They don't care what anybody thinks. That's the whole thing. All right, I think it's time to take us home, right?
Yeah, let's go home, brother.
You ended it. You talk, and then I'll say what else I got to say.
All right, man. You know what it is. How You Know podcast every Wednesday at 1.
Podcast ain't a podcast.
It's basically a podcast. When you go on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network and you click on that tab,
it's not podcast.
It doesn't say radio show though, Austin. It says podcast on there. It does say. So if the app says, if his mama named him Clay, I'm gonna call him Clay. The app says podcast.
Fine.
Podcast. So you know what it is, man. You can stream the podcast on YouTube on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Download that app. Follow your boy J Harden 15 on all platforms. I got some shows coming up Friday in Brooklyn, and also Saturday in Brooklyn. So check out the Instagram.
You say, yeah, I got a show in New York.
Disclose location, bro. That's why I said check out the Instagram for that. I have it on my Instagram.
Make people go to your Instagram. Wait, let me pop it up. Bam.
J Harden 15, TikTok, Instagram. I'm gonna try to do a posting every day for 30 months on TikTok. See if I can get my 28,000 followers to 100,000. Cause your boy's trying to get paid.
Yeah, it's time to get paid.
So waking up at 8:00 in the morning, going to work at Amazon so I can get called the N-word when I deliver a.
No way.
Austin, why is it that every time there is something mentioned with the word and with the N-word, you laugh?
Because I don't see it come.
Like when Jair was quoting Django, you weren't laughing, but you were like, "Oh, say the N-word part." He didn't even get through half the word. You started laughing
because it's like I don't like that word so much, and then when people just bring it up, it's just like, all right, it's just fun because it comes out of nowhere. That comes out of nowhere. It's timing.
Okay.
Hey, listen, I'm your comedy writing partner. I'm your partner. You don't get me freaking canceled. I'll bring it down with me. I'll bring it down. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to How You Know, a comedy radio show. Check us out on the iPhone, WWSRN. That's WWSRN on the App Store for iPhone, and Worldwide Sports Radio Network. That's Worldwide Sports Radio Network on the Google Play Store. That's Android. I don't have an Android. I don't know what it even looks like. But stay tuned because at 4 o'clock, you got the Sports Hit List by the fans, for the fans. One of my favorite shows on this network. Every time I go on the YouTube, they're always popping. Carl and his gang, they're the best. Thanks for listening. I'll take you out with some commercials. Jared, I'll see you later.
Peace out, everybody. We love y'all.
System wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Hey, guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-660. That's 516-381-9660.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stock, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value, market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors, LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC, annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network, LLC.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor, and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team